Thanks, Dick. And that's one of the advantages during the rain delays. You look at Michael Waltrip, our current leader, after the second rain delay here at the Daytona 500. We have a chance to talk to drivers in the middle of the action and crew chiefs. Jeff, we heard from Robbie Gordon on their thoughts of stopping, starting, waiting out the rain. From a crew chief perspective, you're juggling a lot of things, and we saw the gamble too with Chad Canals and Jimmy Johnson.
Right now what you're sitting there as far as the crew chief's concerned, you've been over there, you've been looking at what NASCAR is going to do about the weather, you're watching the weather reports yourself, you're trying to make a decision. Is it over, or are we just kind of like in a holding pattern? And if you're in a holding pattern, you start thinking strategy. What do I need to do next? Are we going to have some more rain coming? If not, are we going to have problems just like the 8-car had? Are we going to have a battery problem? We're going to have a radio problem? All the little things that can come up. This is what the car chief and the crew chief are doing right now. They're trying to think some more about strategy until NASCAR jumps up and says, hey, guys, we can't go no more.
All right, let's get more on this from Darrell and Larry with Mike Joy upstairs. Gentlemen?
5 caution flags, 2 red flags due to rain, 11 lead changes among 8 drivers, most of those happening during the pit exchanges. But, Darrell, the one car that's been able to fight his way to the front on the outside, if he has help, has been Kevin Harvick. He's been making a race of this.
Oh, I don't think there's any question that the 2 Childress cars would like to get hooked up. Now they've only got 1 car up there to worry about, the 15. Although the 8, bad news for everybody, he's going to restart on the inside. He's going to be right up there beside Michael again. Now, could that play against Michael? You know, could he hold Michael to the outside and somebody get under him? That's something Jimmy Johnson needs to think about. But what I do like, I like the way I said from the very beginning, Michael is running his own race. He's had no problems. He's made great pit stops. They've had good strategy, and he's been up front all day long without anything happening. You know, an uneventful race so far for him.
So having Earnhardt Jr. line up on the inside could either be the best or the worst thing for him.
Well, you saw what happened on that last restart, and that could work against Michael this time.
Larry, if you're Dale Jr.'s crew chief, what do you want him to do on the restart?
I mean, I want him to try to get hooked up with Michael, because there's no question if he's up there with Michael and Michael's leading the race, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to get his lap back if we get another caution. But I look at Jimmy Johnson. I know we still have a long way to go. He's in amongst teammates. You've got Mark Martin and Kurt Busch up there that's teammates. You have Kevin Harvick, Robbie Gordon up there that's teammates. And you have Michael Waltrip and Dale Earnhardt Jr. that's up there. And even though Jimmy Johnson has 3 teammates, they're way at the back. He has no help up there whatsoever.
Plus, he has a problem. He's going to have to come to pit road. Now, everybody probably will when we go back to green, but he's going to be out of fuel pretty soon. He took a short, quick stop and didn't take a full load of fuel, so he's getting low on fuel. He's going to have to come to pit road soon.
Now, it used to be you wanted to have a teammate so that you could share resources in the shop and share testing dates. But now, today, at this Daytona 500, team racing has really taken on a new meaning in this sport.
And you know what? We've watched Jimmy Johnson all weekend long. We've had cameras in his car, cameras in Jeff Gordon's car. We kind of critiqued his driving, what he was doing, what he was not doing, and I believe it's helped him because he's driven a really smart race today, and he's used the traffic. You know, he was complaining about, I don't know which lane to go with and how to keep cars from passing me. He's done a lot better job today than he did in practice.
Well, it's hard to believe it's only his second Daytona 500. Here's Steve Burns.
Mike with Jeremy Mayfield, who has a top 10 finish as of right now. You want to get this thing restarted, Jeremy?
Well, our Dodge dealers Dodge seemed like it was really running good after the rain, after rain delays. So we feel pretty good about it. But right now we're sitting in the top 10, so we're really not concerned either way. You know, if it did rain it out, we'll take what we got and go home. But if we go back, we feel real confident that our Dodge will hopefully stay in the top 10.
Jeremy, you guys struggled a bit last year. Do you feel better about how your team is progressing this year?
I feel real good about it. You know, we've even before we got here, we felt real good about the way the chemistry and all the people that we got there now is working together, and really feel good about it. You know, and just want to keep working hard and be competitive week in and week out. And I think this is probably the best chance I feel like we've had in a long time by as far as the team chemistry and stuff. So we feel good about it.
You know, a lot of people overlook that fact. You know, they think racing, they look at the driver, but it really is a team sport. It requires that chemistry you're talking about.
It really does, and sometimes you can have all the best people in the world, and they just can't work together very well or don't communicate well, and, that's, a lot of teams face that. There's a lot of teams up and down the pit road here that's facing that right now, but this is probably the best situation I've been in a long time, and, got Kenny Francis and Josh Brown and Mike Shiplett, Eric, Ray, and all the guys have been really doing a good job about trying to build that chemistry deal, and I think this is the best fit I've ever had.
All right, best of luck, Jeremy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
A light rain continues here at Daytona International Speedway. There's a fella who doesn't want it to rain on his parade. Michael Waltrip leads the Daytona 500 in its second red flag for rain today, ahead of Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, and Mark Martin.
Fox welcomes you back to the Daytona 500 in a rain delay for the second time today. Go to foxsports.com. Keyword Budweiser. Sign up for your chance to win one of 8 trips to the 2004 Budweiser Shootout in Daytona. If Dale Earnhardt Jr. should win today's race, you can be a big winner. Of course, he has won 3 races so far, going for the Grand Slam here in Speed Weeks. He's had the kind of car that's proved successful. What are his chances today, given our current situation?
Well, I'm glad you asked it. But at the same time, the rain right now is going to probably have the biggest problem as far as Lalee's concerned. He definitely has a car that's fast enough to win this race if it could go the duration. He could get lap back, I'm sure of that. And if he could just go the full 500 miles, I believe he's got a car that could win it.
And we saw his teammate, Michael Waltrip, who is currently leading the race. How about the teamwork of not only those two, but it seems like, Jeff, more and more an emphasis on teamwork, especially at Daytona.
Well, this is a place right now where you need to have a good dance partner. And what's a better dance partner than your teammate? It gives you an opportunity to have a little bit of control as far as the radio is concerned. You got the spotters working together. You got the crew chiefs working together. And you understand the fact that if you stay together, it's better to run first and second than to try to make a gamble, make an outside move, and wind up going all the way to the back of the pack for some reason. So that's the reason why teamwork or having the right dance partner is so important.
Moments ago, we saw Ward Burton, the last year's Daytona 500 winner, having some problems out of the race for the moment. Dale Jarrett, 3-time winner of this event, is standing by with our Genies Alaska.
Yeah, you talk about finding a partner. I think I found the right one in a very dry spot, Dale Jarrett. Just kicking back and taking the race, a racer that you've won quite a few times. Disappointing if this is how it finishes?
Yeah, you know, this is our biggest race of the season. As I was just telling you a minute ago, you know, they don't stop the Super Bowl or the World Series because of this. Maybe we need to look, and Michael, I'm not betting against you here. I think you'd win even if we went back, so I think you got a good enough car. But we might ought to look at down the road that, hey, we're going to finish this race. You know, let this be a little different because this is a different race than anywhere else that we run. If it takes a day or 2 days to do that, then we need to run 500 miles here.
World Series, by the way, can be seen on Fox, but that's another point. I'm just going to shamelessly plug myself. But let's talk about your car, and if we do get back out here, and how you think you can finish.
Well, we've made it a lot better from the beginning. Man, we made some changes on it from yesterday's practice and thought that we were going in the right direction, but we made the car it was loose and pushing and bouncing, and, you know, I was just trying to keep it between the fences, so to speak, and we made some big changes, pulled a spring rubber out and changed our wedge around and our tire pressures around. We've made it where I can race now. So I don't know what I could do from here. You know, I like to think that I could get up into the top 5 and race with them and see what I could do. But, you know, hopefully for the fans, that's the biggest thing here is the competitors want to run 500 miles, but we need to do it for the fans because I mean, gosh, 200,000 show up here and then the millions watching on TV. We need to make sure that they see a complete race. But looks like Michael's got a good shot at winning this. I know he's excited about it. You know, his first victory here, as big as it was a little bit clouded, and that was unfortunate for him and his family that they couldn't really enjoy it the way that you want to enjoy the Daytona 500. So wish him the best in going forward here, whether it rains and he gets it that way or we go on, whatever the case may be. But we're going to see if we can get this UPS Ford back towards the front. Like I say, I can drive it now, so it's a lot more fun being out there racing with them.
All right, keep dry and keep the TV on Fox. Dick?
Last year, Ward Burton won the Daytona 500. This year, he crashed out of the Daytona 500. How hard a hit was that?
Well, it wasn't a good hit. I told the crew in the backstretch I thought I might have a tire going down. We're running 15th. Just kind of hard to believe that was going to happen to us, but when I got into 3, it was true, and I saved the first time it tried to come around, but by the time the tire had gone further down, I lost it up there in the top of 3 and 4. But it's a shame, you know, everybody puts a lot of effort into it, and that Caterpillar Dodge was not as good as we wanted to be, but we were running 15th when it happened and felt like we could have stayed there better.
So much more safety equipment in the cars now to protect you folks when you do have these big crashes. How important were those features in today's accident?
Oh, they're always important, definitely. You know, since NASCAR has really gotten proactive in the safety, all of the crews with all these teams are instrumenting everything that they give us advice on, and we're all trying to make the cars safer on our own, too. So it's come a long way in the last couple of years.
I know you're disappointed, but we're awful glad you're okay. To Chris.